Hello everyone and welcome to StarMiner. Well, the usual disclosure, I have received the key from the developers and a big thank you goes out to them, so keep that in mind while we are playing. So with that out of the way, well, I suppose most of you must have seen this game already in videos and previews and stuff like that, and it is actually a pretty good little, basically a space mining game, as the name might have suggested already. So basically, we will build a massive ship that we will pilot around an asteroid field, and we will mine up asteroids, and we will build stations and expand the ship more and more, and you know, things like that. So I think the best way of showcasing the game would be to actually go ahead and jump into it. So let's do just that. Well, I will not do the training, it's a little bit lengthy, but I suppose it is a good way of learning the basics. And I think that's all you really need to get started. The next one is the campaign. I don't think I would like to play the campaign for now. I think I will just play in sandbox mode. Basically, we have the entire world open to us, we can go wherever we want and basically expand freely as we please. We also have a survival mode. I suppose that should be some kind of a wave defense mode or something like that. Doesn't really interest me. I am mostly interested in the logistics and building aspect of the game, so yeah, sandbox sounds about right. Let's go for it. And welcome to the mothership. Here we can choose our starting ship and our basic setup basically. So I think I will go for... let's start simple. I think I will go for the rig mark 1. Then we can also choose our portraits. Now, as you might have noticed from these portraits, these are very likely, or well, not just very likely, pretty much guaranteed that they are AI generated. I don't like that. I really hope that they will be switched out at some point, because I don't like that whole thing, so fingers crossed. Anyways, just for now, let's just go with, I don't know, this guy, I suppose, doesn't matter. Now, we can also choose how much money we want to take on as debt. I will keep it as low as possible. As long as we have a ship, we have a way to make money, so that's fine. And then we can choose our perks. Now, in the sandbox mode, we can choose anything, as long as we only choose 3 of them. Later we will level up and we can choose more of them, but at that point it will be, I don't know, if it depends on the level or if it's a complete roll of the die, the choices that we will have. But at the start, I think we can choose anything we want. So I think I would like to go for a bit of a mining setup at the start. So for example, yeah, this one, mining equipment training. This will increase the mining range by 30%. That sounds really nice. And then efficient industrial storage. Increases storage capacity by 30%. Well, the more capacity we have, the longer we can spend out in the field. That's great. And yeah, I suppose advanced mining techniques, so we can increase the speed, not just the range. That sounds about right. So yeah, let's just keep it a nice simple mining skill setup. Now, we can only start at Earth for now. Maybe later we can go to other places as well, but who knows. Then we can choose our enemies. We can either have none of them or normal. And then we can either start with default research or everything unlocked. I will start with default, so, you know, I can showcase the game a little bit more. And I suppose we can get started.
Welcome, Commander.
And welcome to the game. So first things first, we should get a message any second now, which will tell us about the... Yeah, there we go. So we need to pay off our debt, 20,000. That shouldn't be too hard. Got it, thank you. And this is our little ship. It is going to be extremely modular. Basically, we can attach certain things to these connection points and we can build out the ship that way. And that is exactly what we will do. So what do we have? We have an assault laser that is only for fighting. And we do have a couple of, yeah, these drones around. So we don't want to get too close to them and basically snipe them from a distance. And then we have a mining laser, a water storage, a thermal dumper, Basically, it fills up with heat and then dumps it out into space. Later we might have some radiators, which might be a bit better for us, but I do believe those take up a bit more space. And then we have a bit of extra metal storage, that's great. A scanner, which will be very important for scanning the asteroids. A small habitat, so we can have some workers, and that's about it. And a big battery in the back. Alright, and a medium hangar on the front. These guys will be... yeah, we have a builder ship, or a builder drone, or whatever, and a couple of holders. As you might have guessed, the builder will build stuff on the ship, and the holders will pick up different resources that we mine out. So, let's just get started. Before we do, might as well set up some automation. And that's going to be happening by pressing tab and going to the automation tab. I would like to enable automation on the main ship, and can we please from the rig, I would like to sell to the outpost, and I suppose what is the current capacity? Okay, close. 650. I mean, okay, not quite yet. Maybe once we have a bit more bigger ship. Okay, never mind. So, this is the game. The biggest complaints I've heard from the Steam reviews is that the controls are very complicated. I have no idea what they are talking about. It is basically W goes forward, S goes backwards, A and D are strafing left and right, Q and E are going up and down, and holding shift will turn all those into rotational controls. So A will turn this way, D will turn this way, A will turn this way, S will pitch up, W will pitch down, and the Q and E are rotational controls. So I think it's pretty self-explanatory. Without shift, we are going sideways and back and forth, and with the shift hold down we are rotating. That's it. I think it's super simple. It might take a couple of minutes to get used to it, but I think it is not that complicated. But anyways, so I have only been gushing about this game for now, but unfortunately it's not all you know, bunnies and roses. There are a couple of problems with the game. There might be times where we encounter, I don't know, issues on the ship that doesn't really sound logical. For example, we have plenty of workers, but the ship thinks that we are out of workers, and maybe, I don't know, we have too much heat on the ship, but we have plenty of ways to dump it and stuff like that. So, as you might have guessed, the game can be a bit buggy. It is still in early access. That is the only excuse I can come up with. And can we please stop mining for now? Just start scanning. So, the game is technically, you know, in early access, but still be mindful that there are bugs, and some of them can be a bit aggravating, if I'm completely honest. So try to keep that in mind when you are considering buying it. What is here I do really like, and personally it's only me, I don't really mind the bugs, because to fix them all we need to do is escape, do a very quick save, so one save and then reload. It only takes a couple of seconds, and that will fix pretty much every issue that we might have, and that's it. So the game is basically fixed at this point, but you know, it can still happen, so try to keep that in mind. And another thing that might not be everyone's cup of tea, and that is that the game is kind of slow. Basically, it will take a very long time to mine. As you can see, we have a mining laser, and this is a single chunk, and that is going to be about 10 tons of material after we are done refining it. So yeah, it is a slow game. Plus, it will take a lot of time to maneuver the ship, especially as it gets bigger and bigger and gets heavier and heavier. So be prepared for that. Not much we can do about that, but you know what? This is the kind of game that you just want to boot up, start a podcast or an audiobook, listen to it, or have some kind of background noise, a YouTube video or something, for example, another video of mine, and then you can focus on that and play the game that way. There are plenty of games like this, and if those games are your jam, this should be right up your alley. So, right now we are mining, and well, we could go for a couple of missions. We also have a bulletin right here. We could basically scan an asteroid, might as well accept it, and then we can deliver 100 tons of ordnance, I suppose ammo or something like that, which we can manufacture on the ship, and then bring silicates, 300 tons. We need to repay the debt, obviously, 20,000, that's a mission. We can take care of it relatively quickly. We can also deliver 800 tons of water and 200 tons of iron. So might as well accept everything, that's fine. We also have a couple of extra tabs up here. For example, this one will tell us everything we have on our current ships. So, you know, we can keep track of what we need to deal with. And then we have a log, a research. Well, the early researches will only take a bit of money, but later on we will have to have research points, which we will need to get by researching this guy, the tier 2 research lab. The tiers of these items are basically how much space they take up. Tier 1s will go on these small attachment points in these hexagons, or the big ones, the tier 2s, will go in these octagons. So, you know, those are mainly for the size. Anyways, so we need to get the tier 2, which will be a big attachment point, and then we can start gathering research points and unlock more stuff that way. And then we can keep track of our energy stuff. I never really done officers, but well, maybe today, who knows. And we have some automation. I tried to do this one a little bit earlier, but I decided against it. Basically, we can set up a transfer of materials between ships and stations. So for example, if I wanted to, let's just, you know what, set it up now and we can deal with it later. So, for example, I want to send from the ship, which is Rig Mark 1, I want to send it to Deadrock Outpost, which is the trading station right here in this sector. And let's say I want to send away iron if our ship has more than a certain amount. And well, let me just quickly set this up. Let's say I want to send 100 if we are above 1000, so 999. And here's the thing, we can do this a couple of ways. We can set it to repeat when the condition is met. I don't know, I would expect this to basically send out installments of 100 as long as we are above 1000. Or we can set it to repeat. The problem is, if we set it to when condition is met, it will send out 100 and it will have to wait until they arrive. If we are super far away, that will take a long time. So I think the best way of doing this would be to repeat every 10 seconds. It will still only do this once the condition is met, so it will send out 100 if we are above 1000, and then it will wait until we once again go above 1000 before it does it again. So I think the best way of doing this would be to repeat every 10 seconds. And there we go. And then let's do the same for silicates. So from the ship to the outpost, silicates, condition, so send out 100 once we are above 1000, and do it at every 10 seconds. Set. We are not in danger of ever reaching that because we only have a capacity of 650 tons, but who knows, maybe at some point. Anyways, so as you might have noticed, while we are mining, we mine up these little chunks of silicates, and these little ships come out, the drones from the hangar bay, pick them up, bring them inside, and we are storing them. So right now we are only mining chunks, and We need to refine them before they become usable. Unfortunately, we don't have a refinery just yet. In fact, tell you what if we expand the ship a little bit? So go into build mode by pressing B, and yeah, let's build another one of these tier 2 Hulk nodes. Basically the same as this one, but technically speaking, this is the core of the ship. This is just going to be a, you know, a splitting module or something like that. You could also go for this one, which is going to be basically a T-elbow or something like that. We could go for this one, which will turn the big node into 2 small nodes, or this one 4 small nodes, but this is a bit more picky what can be put next to it. So be careful how you do this. Basically, things can block each other. For example, if we had another one of these nodes instead of this big battery, then 2 of these small nodes would be facing each other. So we could put, for example, 2 of these small habitation modules right next to each other, but for example, we cannot really have 2 solar panels like this because they would collide and, well, they will block each other basically. So yeah, be careful how you design the ship. So just get started on this Hawk node, and you might have also noticed that once we scan the asteroid, we have this wireframe, and we have gray areas right here and red area right there. The gray area is silicates, the red area is iron. Don't worry about it too much, because as soon as the silicates are completely depleted, we will the entire asteroid will basically turn into an iron asteroid at that point. But if you take a look, well, we only have 8 units of iron on this asteroid. So you know what? Let's quickly take care of that, and then we will worry about the silicates. So quickly turn this way. By the way, it was upside down, right? Let me see. Up, down. No, never mind. It was the right way up. So you need to be facing this way. And by the way, if you ever get confused about the orientation of the ship, just press N for November, and it will tell you the orientation of the ship. The red one is facing forward, and this white arrow is facing upwards. So, you know, if you want to reorient the ship, you can do it that way. So, let's just quickly go up and make the mining laser face the iron side of the asteroid. So you should be able to... Exactly. Okay, so now it is mining the iron. Good. Okay, so... how are we doing? Well, we have plenty of raw silicate in our cargo hold, but we cannot really use it right now. Tell you what. Station. Can you please... I suppose we can... It's right here. We don't have to automate it. Can we please get a bit closer? I would like to buy some stuff from you. There we go. Right click on the station's symbol, trade, and can you please give us, I don't know, we have 3800, yeah, can you please give me, oh, we have no cargo base, never mind. Really? No cargo bay on the ship? Ah, okay, good to know. I suppose this one is not going to get built. Yeah, we need 30 extra silicon, which we don't have. I don't suppose I can quickly build a refinery somewhere. No. To have the tier 1 refinery built, we need to have 2 adjacent small nodes right next to each other. Well, I think the best way we can do this is to... yeah, we have to start hunting these probes and then break down this derelict. That will give us not raw resources, but process resources. So yeah, and by the way, I can dismiss the orientation indicator at this point. So we have the gun on top. Yeah, which one is the closest? That would be this one. I do believe as soon as we get to maybe 500 meters, they should open fire. And thankfully our guns have better range than them, so we should be relatively safe. Okay, so you are not facing correctly. Yellow means it's in range, but not facing the correct way. So we need to face downwards. And there we go. Green line means it is a viable target, and there we go. And done. That's one. Basically, this guy will open fire as soon as an enemy is in range. Good. Okay, well, give me a second please while I take care of these guys. Ooh, nice. We already have a bunch of process resources all over the place, so our cargo drones are picking them up, but I am mainly interested in iron. So tell you what, cargo drones, can you please stop for haulers? Yeah, don't go out yet. I would like to start breaking this guy down, and then we will start picking up the iron. Okay, it is safe. And by the way, I did realize we don't need iron at the moment, we need silicon. So, haulers, can you please get to work? And I will start scanning the derelict. So, scanner online, and quickly orient ourselves along the length of the derelict and go for it. So, we are scanning it, and we are once again showing where what kind of material is. So gray is silicate, red is iron, and this greenish is cobalt. So there we go. Okay, so can we please get some silicon? They are bringing in cobalt, that's fine. We will need a lot of that one as well, but can we please get some silicon? Okay, anyways, I think the scanning is complete. The blue one is water. Right now we have a bunch of workers, but we have enough water for 3.5 hours, so we don't need that one just yet. That we need it, but not that much. We will be okay. Anyways, we need 30 more silicate. So are you, yeah, that's 10 more I suspect, and then a bit more please. And after that this node will be complete. And it is done. Very nice. So I suppose we can start building a refinery, so we can refine all the silicate chunks into usable silicon. That would be kind of nice. And we also have some raw iron. So yeah. In the meantime, yeah, I will let the haulers pick stuff up. By the way, what do we need for another hangar? I would like to have a big hangar right here if we can. 30 iron, which we don't have, but yeah, you know what? Miner, can you please get started on that? Could be raw iron, sorry, processed iron. Right? I think so. That is, yeah, that's iron. Good. Okay, so to build this medium hangar, we need 30 iron, should be okay, silicon and 5 cobalt. And that will speed things up a little bit, I think. So let's just quickly build one of these. Go for it. So about this guy, I think I would like to have a refinery right here, but as I said, it will require two small nodules right next to each other. So if you want to build it, it will take up this node and this node. And if we press R to rotate it, it will switch between the neighboring nodes, basically like this. I would like it to face forward, so you know we can keep the ship relatively symmetrical. So you can go right there. Refinery, please, thank you. And that will take, I believe, 3 workers, right? Something like that. I guess we'll see. By the way, how are we on the pickups? We are making progress. Can you please don't do cobalt? Can you please do iron? Thank you. We still have about 3,900. Let me just quickly take a look at the researches. For example, we could do this beam module, which would be basically a connecting module between the two of these, which would make the ship a bit longer. You know, if you want to have some extra room for the corner small modules. So, you know, in that case, this would come in handy. What else? Maybe energy mining, maybe? Not yet. Industry. We might want to focus on the research, actually. Yeah, but that will require 5,000 money, so we are not quite there yet. Okay, we are done with that. Can we please do that? Okay, do that, please. Never mind. Maybe face a bit down so the laser has a clean view. There we go. No, come on. There we go. Okay, so please pick up some more iron. And this one should be good to go any second now at this point. And done. Very good. Alright, finally. So, can you please... I think I will go for the same amount of distribution of drones as we had in the original one. So let's just have 1 constructor and 2 haulers. I think that's going to be perfectly fine. And they will require 5 iron and 5 silicon each, so we need a bit more iron, please. Can we please do that instead? Yeah, I am mainly interested in iron at the moment. As soon as we have the refinery, that will be okay as well. By the way, that will require 10 more. But I think, yeah, the drones are a bit more important. Okay, so we have 1 more builder. As soon as we have a lot more resources, this guy will help out a lot. Basically, 1 drone can deliver 20 tons of resources to 1 construction site. So once we have enough resources, they can deliver 20 each. Anyway, here comes the next drone, and we have the second hauler in here. And here comes the third one. There we go. Okay, so now we have doubled our building and hauling speed, basically. Okay, can we please still focus on iron? And do... I don't know. That one maybe? Yeah, that one should be fine. And yeah, once we have a lot more mining laser, we can basically eat our way through the derelicts like this in seconds. Or not seconds, but you know, a couple of minutes instead of, you know, instead of taking this long. In fact, what do we need for another mining laser?
Construction completed.
Thank you. So we have the refinery. Can I quickly... If we have enough workers for it, that's fine. Start producing iron, silicate, and, well, if we have to, we can do water as well. Alright. So... Can I have 1 more mining laser? If I move this water storage, we could. That is the thermo dumper. I will build a couple of radiators, I think. But where? We have 4 solar panels here. Tell you what. let's add a... not on the top, on the side. I would like to have one of these tier 2 slant modules facing this way. And another one on this side as well. Facing... no, almost. This way. Exactly. And by the way, in case you're wondering about the optimization of the game, I am right now playing with everything turned up to maximum, including RTX and ray tracing and all that, but I have DLSS turned completely off. And we have about 85 FPS on a 460 Titan, I believe, if I remember correctly, my graphics card. So, I think the game is pretty well optimized, all things considered. As I said, it's still a bit buggy and hopefully it will get ironed out in the not too distant future, but the optimization is pretty great. Anyways, these two arms have been completed. I would like... can I have a big metal storage right here in the middle? In fact, I think I will have 3 containers and then we will merge it back into another node like that. For now, let's have a big, nice metal storage so we can increase our capacity, because right now we are 10 tons away from reaching the maximum. So quickly, that should be fine. What do we need to build it? 20 iron and 20 silicon. That's it. That's fine. Basically, both of these guys can do it at the same time, and that will take care of everything at the same time. So that's great. And then... oh yeah, one more thing. A turn of mining.
Offline.
I suppose, yeah, we can have another couple of storages going down this way. And I think I will have one more of these big globe nodes right here. Sure. In fact, I suppose if we have to, we can have one more iron or metal storage after it, and then we can merge them back together. I guess we'll see. Anyways, once this one is built, I think I will build some radiators on it, because I would like to start dumping the heat properly instead of relying on this heat dumper, because this one is a bit inefficient. Every time it fills up, it requires a bit of time, and then things will shut down, and you know, it's a bit inefficient. But if we are dumping the heat continuously, I think that's going to be a lot better for us. We still have 6 workers, so this one is using 1 worker only. Okay, that's great. In that case, we could speed things up a little bit. We still have 10 silica chunks that we could restore or refine. But no, don't worry about it. Worry about building another laser. So we only have a single water storage right now. Okay, then. So I think radiators will go in the back and a couple of extra storages will go in the front. Yeah, in fact, I suppose we might as well start setting those up. Let's just have a water storage here in the front, and maybe 2 of them. So another one can go here. Water storage. Double click to focus on it. And yeah, let's just have 4 radiators in the back. So can you please give us thermal radiators instead? Okay, as soon as they are built, we are good to go. So we are still hurting for iron, unfortunately. Well, you know what that means. By the way, if you want to focus back on the main module, just press F. So, Miner, can you please do... turn off build mode and focus on the iron parts of this derelict, please. So yeah, I think the ship is coming along quite nicely. Don't forget, we started with only this much and we have already built out this much. it doesn't take long to, you know, get the ball rolling. Also, I think we have cleaned up this place quite nicely. Ooh, and it appears that there's lots of iron around here. We could get a bit closer, but you know what? We are still mining this guy, so we are not really in need of doing that just yet. Can we please go down a little bit and rotate? There we go. Please do the iron. Okay, so we have the big node. Now we just need to have these 5 more iron, 10, and a bunch more for the radiators. As soon as these radiators are online, we can get rid of this guy, and then I suppose maybe we can move the small habitat there. Yeah, we can make some room on the main node basically. I think I will put one more assault laser here, so we will have plenty of firepower facing forwards. And at this point we can safely demolish the water storage right here.
Construction completed.
Sure, so there, and scrap water storage, yes please. Confirm, and build another mining laser in its place.
Construction completed.
And the first radiator is up and running. It seems we have plenty of heat dumping capacity at this point, so we are no longer building up heat, which means that this heat dumper is completely useless to us now. Might as well scrap it and reclaim a bunch of resources that way. Thank you, that was 10 extra iron, exactly what I was hoping for. And we have the second laser good to go. Can you guys please focus on the iron again? So yeah, we have 2 lasers working on all this now. Unfortunately, all these extra modules mean we are running out of power. Yeah, our main battery is dropping quite a lot. We don't really need to have this guy online at the moment. So can you please turn off? I think it is not eating if it's not working, right?
Completed.
Yeah, I think so. Okay, so we don't really need to worry about the refinery just yet. Also, can you please keep working on the iron? So yeah, I think our radiators are up and running. That's great. Let's see. Yeah, tell you what, I will add some habitation modules. I will reserve this node for refining, I think. Yeah, let's just have some extra habitation modules here. So you will have small habitat there and there. You know, habitats down here and water storage up here. I guess it makes sense. As soon as they are built, I will demolish this one and build another laser in its place. Oh, and I just noticed we have leveled up. So let's see what we can pick up. So as I've said at the start, after we are done creating our character, we will have a random selection of skills that we can pick up. So for example, this time we can increase our attack speed. Well, I suppose we will go into combat in a second now. Could be kind of nice. Turret aiming speed doesn't really matter for us right now. Maybe once we have big guns and they are slow or something, this could come in handy, but for the small guns doesn't really matter. And this one, overall weapon damage 30%. Well, if you are careful, basically if we keep our distance, we should be fine. So I think I will just make them fire a bit faster so we can chew through the enemies a bit faster. Let's go for it. Accept. And we should level up in 8 more experience points. So shouldn't take too long. Okay, with this habitation module, I suppose we should be able to delete this one. And that means that we can build another assault laser in its place. So can you please give me an assault laser? Well, as I said, we will go into combat down here fairly soon, so I suppose that will come in handy. Anyways, now we have enough room for 40 people. We only have 20 at the moment. As soon as we are basically out of workforce, we have to start hiring people, which will happen, well, basically we click on the habitation module and we start hiring people. It will take 1000 money or credits or whatever, and 1 water as well. Technically speaking, we can very quickly go to the station and transfer people from there, but that will cost a bit more. Anyways, we don't need to have people right now, so don't bother. Alright, so we are done here. Move a bit closer. And once we are done with these guys, I will start working my way through these drones. Also, now that we have this big storage, I don't think we need to have these small ones. I think we can replace them with more mining lasers. That might be kind of useful actually. So can we please scrap these storages? And this one as well. Scrap and thank you. And quickly build a couple of extra lasers. Oh yeah, one more thing. You might have noticed that the ship stops all by itself. Basically, there are dampeners active right now. If we have to, we can turn them off. And, well, for example, if you turn off the linear dampeners, so, you know, the ones that will kick in if you're going forwards or backwards or up and down sideways, then if you turn it off, then we will basically coast, and that will allow us to save a bit on energy. So, you know, we can get up to speed and the ship will not slow itself down, and that will allow us to, well, coast, as I have said. Anyways, don't do it for now. We are in a bit of a stationary mode at the moment. Anyways, we have the lasers good to go, but we don't have power.
Low energy.
Yeah, exactly. What do we need for the tier 2 solar panels? 5000 coins. Almost there. And by the way, we did just level up as well. Can we please get... we are not hurting for battery capacity, so there is no reason to have this one. We are perfectly fine on heat buildup. Yeah, just make construction 30% faster. Sure. Thank you. Also, how are we? Yeah, we cleaned up this place relatively nicely. We do have some extra water right here. I suspect they will pick it up at some point. Basically, the holders always prioritize stuff that is closer. So once we are done with all this, I suspect they might go for the rest of these faraway stuff. Sorry, what was that? A low energy. That's fine, I know. And I didn't notice whether or not the drones, the enemy drones, will attack our drones. As far as I can tell, they will not, but we still want to be careful. Yes, I know about low energy. I am kind of aware of it. So we need 5000. Well, as soon as we have the actual mining up and running, and we have the refinery going as well, it shouldn't take too long to start trading with the station. I suppose we can go for one of these asteroids real quick. At this point, I think we are built out enough. Yeah, we don't really need to go for this derelict just yet. It can wait. Yeah, just quickly... Yeah, you know what? Don't even bother with these. I will come back to these at some point. For now, go backwards and go up. line up
Scanners
the
online.
sensor or the scanner or whatever.
Warning, low energy.
Yeah, I know. And scan this guy real quick.
Mining offline.
And we're out of power, which means... There we go. Our thrusters don't have enough power to keep working.
Warning, low energy.
Okay, so that's fine. Now we need to scan this asteroid. We have plenty of silicon. I am mainly interested in iron at the moment. So can we please line up the ship so we are above the iron? And once we are, I will start going for it.
Low mining online.
That is the perfect position. Alright, focus on iron, please.
Warning, low
With
energy.
4 miners, shouldn't take too long. Basically, I just want to have one more 1,000. You know what? I suppose we can very quickly sell something. Can I do it with the station from here? I suppose with automation we can. Automation.
Low energy.
Read a request. Send from the rig to the outpost some silicates because we have plenty of silicates. Let's say, I don't know, 200. Sure. And off you go. Right, no cargo bay. I forgot.
Warning, low energy.
Cargo bay, cargo bay. Let's just build a cargo bay. Yeah, sure. Up here. So we need a cargo bay. This is where we will send out cargo containers, and that will be boosted to the other station. So yeah, basically a cargo hangar. Let's go for it. To make sure we have enough power,
Offline.
turn off the miners. Thankfully, we have plenty of resources to build this. And done.
Completed.
And off we go. Good. So we are sending away 200 units of silicon, and now we have enough money. Nice. Can I please research the energy and yeah, tier 2 solar panels? Yes, please.
Upgrade complete.
Thank you. And I don't want to put it here. I will continue with the ship a bit further this way. So basically, I don't want to block this arm. I think I will go for... I still want to maintain this one for another hangar. You know what? Let's just build another node on here. Yeah, a Hawk node. Sure. Go for it, and we will build the solar panels to the side from there. Or we can go up and down as well, but I think I will go sideways. And I suppose we are starting to fill up the current storage. Might as well build another one. So you will build a metal storage, please. And then at some point I will build another one here. Well, this will make the ship a bit lopsided, but I think it will be fine. Anyways, after this, can we please build a tier 2 solar panel light right here? That will be 10 iron, 15 silicon and 2 cobalt. Sure. As soon as we have the stuff going again, we should be okay. Well, I mean, I suppose as soon as the green bar, basically the energy requirement for the construction process, as soon as that one is completely full, we should be able to get back to work. We are now basically spending energy on filling up this construction site. And that's it. Okay, we can get back to work.
Online.
Okay, so the extra storage is up and running. That's great. Thankfully, we have plenty of cobalt. I did play in sandbox mode a little bit, but I have never found raw cobalt in any of these asteroids, only silicon and iron, and obviously some water in the ice asteroids, which are right here, but no cobalt anywhere. So if we run out of cobalt, we'll have to buy it from the station, and I suspect it's going to be pretty expensive. Anyways, how are we on the mining? Oh yeah, we have plenty of raw chunks coming out. In fact, as you might have noticed, they are actually floating away from the asteroid, and we don't want them to float too far away. I will stop the mining for now. I want to give the holders enough time for them to pick it all up. Anyways, the refinery should be back to work at this point, and yes it is. So we are making more iron. That's great. In fact, maybe we should build another one. We still have 6 workers sitting idle. Giving them something to do would be nice, but we don't have the power for it, so don't bother just yet. Once we have the solar panels up and running, I will. In fact, I might as well start building the other side as well. So you... Basically, we are building in sequentially as we are placing stuff. So we will build this Hulk, and then we will build the solar panel. After that we can build the next Hulk right here, and then another solar panel right here. And by the way, you might have noticed also that if you click on one of these building nodes and hover over this one, it will show us what we have built on the corresponding tier of nodes previously, the last 4. So we could, if we want to build something repeatedly, we could basically pick it from here, but I like to go back into the main list because I want to be extra sure I don't misclick. And you know what? Once we are done with all this, I suppose we can build the last of these big storages. Yeah, let's go for it. So, I suppose we could go for another hangar. I think that would be kind of ideal. So we can, you know, have one more builder and more holders. And speaking of the holders, they have managed to clean this place up, so let's go for a bit more iron, please.
Warning, low energy.
Okay, finally. We have some extra power. That's great. At this point, I suppose you can get back to work as well. Toggle construction, yes please. So we are building this one next, and that should give us enough power.
Warning,
at least hopefully. Yeah, not for long, hopefully. Anyways, if we want to, we can expand these solar panels. So basically we can chain them together. The only thing we can build on these solar panels are more solar panels. So tell you what, might as well double them up. And you as well. Thank you. And that would be kind of nice. So yeah, I think this ship is coming along quite nicely. We can add more storages in the back, and then I suppose we can merge the length of the ship back together, build some more stuff in the back. Yeah, I think I really like this building system. And yeah, tell you what, let's build one more hangar right here. So I would like to have a medium hangar, exactly. That's good, and once it's built, I will put, yeah, one builder and 2 more holders into it. And tell you what, let's build one more cargo hangar as well. Basically, the more cargo hangars we have, the faster we can send out cargo pods. So I suppose that would be kind of useful. So you can have, I think that is it. Yeah, let's build one more of these. Okay, stop with the mining. now they're getting so close. I don't want them to float too far away. Don't worry about collisions. Okay, worry about collisions with big stuff, but these small stuff, they are super slow. If they collide with us, it's not going to do a lot. And at this point we have so much raw materials. I think I will build one more refinery as well, especially now that we have extra power. So can I please build a refinery right here, facing this way, exactly. That's great. And you, can you please give me a constructor and 2 haulers? Yeah, look at these. They cannot keep up and they are already floating past us. It is not great. At this point, I suppose we can get back to it. The 2 topmost lasers are not in range. Yeah, the asteroids are getting smaller and smaller as we are mining them. So we need to go down a little bit for them to reach. Oh, we are already... Alright, this takes a lot of workers. The hangar itself takes 3 workers, but also 1 drone takes 1 worker. So we have used up all 6 of the workers that we had before. So that also means that we might want to start hiring more people. So I do believe... Yeah, right here. I will tell both of these to start hiring people. We don't have the money for it, never mind. Yeah, this one we can do. After this we are out of money. That's fine. Quickly finish this one up. And... that will do. Thank you. What can we sell? Well, nothing really. Well, not right now. We have 4,000 tons of cargo space. We are mining this asteroid. It is just a matter of time before we have basically 1,000 of the resources. After that point we will start selling the excess. So you know what, might as well basically stay here and mine. This guy will be done relatively soon. Thankfully I just noticed that this one had a lot of iron. So yeah, just wait around a little bit. Also, we still have some process stuff back here, but it's fine. I think next I will go for this one maybe. And there we go. This asteroid ran out of iron completely. And now none of the areas on it are red. It's all gray because it only has silicon left, or silicate. So we can only mine silicate from now on. And that's going to be 25 more, so shouldn't take too long. Okay, while we are waiting for the last bits to come in, I will quickly send a bit of extra silicon to the station. I just noticed that we have already sent the 200 before, if you remember, and so now we only need to send 100 more. So automation, can we please send from the ship to the outpost silicate 100 units and set. That's it. So that will give us enough money to buy 1 more worker. I suppose we might want to speed up the refining basically, because we are swamped with raw resources. So yeah, tell you what, build another refinery. Yeah, this one facing this way, exactly. And you please start hiring another worker. Only 1. don't want to go overboard. Basically, the more workers we have, the more water they will consume, so we don't want to hire more than we absolutely have to. And that will do. Stop.
Construction completed.
Good. And can you please start refining? And there we go. Yeah, I think I like this ship quite a bit. And the asteroid is gone. Let's go for this one next. So we need to go up, enable the scanner,
Online.
and go a bit further forward. Don't mine just yet.
Offline. Warning, low energy.
Thank you. And that is
Warning, low
okay,
energy.
only 16 iron, but that's fine. And by the way, we have finished the mission, and we got a bit of extra XP and a bit of extra money, so that's great. I suppose once we... never mind, we can send the iron right away. So, automation, create request, from the ship to the outpost, iron 200, and off you go. Okay, as soon as they arrive, we should get the money for it. Or, we did get the money, but for the mission, I mean. Anyways, so we are done scanning. So yeah, this asteroid has very little iron. Tell you what, might as well focus on that first, and then we will take care of the silicates after it. Not all of them can reach it. Yeah, this guy can start mining silicate. I don't care. And you know what? We have plenty of money at this point. I would like to hire one more worker and build the 4th refinery. So you, refinery exactly like that, build please. And once we have the last worker, I will turn this one off. Thank you, just the one please. And
Warning, low energy.
yeah, low energy, exactly what I'm concerned about. Can we please, yeah, just build 2 more
Construction
solar panels on the sides. The problem is, these will not fold up like these small ones do.
Warning, low
So
energy.
we need to be careful how we navigate. I suppose we can build a couple of them on the top as well, but for now I think this one looks okay. Nice. This mission gave us 3000 extra money. That's great. So next up we need to send 800 tons of water. That's a lot. And conduct a scan, which is right there. Basically, this is a different kind of asteroid. I do believe this one will have silicate and thorium. So, still not cobalt. Oh well. Anyways, I just looked at the time. We are super over time at this point. I suppose even with the time lapses, I don't want to run too long. So yeah, I think we want to say goodbye now, and I think I will leave this one right here for now. Basically, I don't want to play the campaign. I am not sure if it's finished yet or not. I will investigate basically. And I suppose you have seen what the sandbox mode is all about. And I suppose it should be pretty self-explanatory what the wave mode is all about as well. So yeah, if you have liked what you have seen, I suppose you can pick this game up on Steam. But for now, all that is left to say is that thank you for watching. If you liked the video, you can leave a like, leave a comment, and maybe subscribe to the channel if you want. If you would like to support me a little bit more, you can do so by clicking the join button and becoming a channel member, which will give you an early and ad-free access to these videos. Once again, thank you for watching and thank you very much for your support. I will see you in the next one. Thank you and goodbye.